Good evening, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live. And listen, a couple of things. Gonna kind of make a little correction on something. May have jumped the gun a little bit the other day, but I'm going to talk about it tonight. The Bill 6666. That's, of course, I know some people are worried about that being Mark of the Beast type thing. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's just a sequence of the way it comes in. But it is kind of interesting that it came in at that particular number. Now, I still have not been able to confirm this or not, but from what I understand, Congress had already passed that bill. Senate had not passed it. Now, that was one thing. That's why I said I needed my wife to come in on that particular issue with me, but we still have not got together. She does a lot of research, but still have not got together, and we've been on the move. There are some things, though, that I want to share with you guys tonight, and in closing the broadcast tonight, I am going to speak to you a little bit more about well, as I mentioned to you about the attack that I had against me not too long ago, I was given another, you might want to say, coded message. They're not done. They want to continue to try to take me out. So I've been kind of advised about that as well, that I need to be prepared to give my life for what I believe in. And that I should plant seeds. Well, we're going to plant a lot of seeds, and believe me, it's not going to be as easy as they would like. My mother, though, by the way, was murdered by the government years ago. Not directly by the government itself, but by a politician. Kind of a long story, but there was a little issue there that created some major issues for a politician because of something that she was doing with their a brother-in-law of a politician, and so she shouldn't have been doing what she's doing. I agree with that, but they put a contract on her life. I knew about it because of my work that I was doing back then with the government. It was said to me that there was a contract put on my mother's life. Well, I did not realize it till a bit later, but they were successful. They used cancer, though, to take her out. So I do know that there's a lot of nefarious ways that the government works. We're not going to get into any more of that tonight, though, but just want to let you know I do greatly appreciate your prayers in this, because we know that greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. So regardless of what their plans are, I want to be ready for them nonetheless. Let's get right into this, though. I want to share with you here this video here, and I'm sure many of you are already aware of this. So this is where President Trump is speaking about using the military, but not just our military. He talks about even other military. And from what I understand, someone was sharing with you on today, I may not have the facts exactly right on this, but I believe it was with Steve Quayle was mentioning China coming in. Well, we've already known that China is coming in anyway, and of course China is buying up lots of property all over the place. They're going to get part of the U.S. as they break this up into 5 regions, and I do anticipate a civil war is coming very soon. I was told that from the inside sources in Washington, D.C. They know there's a civil war coming, and we still have that massive, as I shared with you a good while back, that there is some sort of asteroid belt. Maybe not actually an asteroid belt, but we call it that is coming. That is still very much real and on the table, but we'll go into that maybe later. And I am going to also really slam this Nephilim. There's so much new things I have on that. So, but let me get into this first, because I want to talk to you guys face to face rather than looking at Trump all the time. There's a funny thing I thought about on Trump today. Chickens and Trump. Anybody that knows knows me, is probably going to get a good laugh out of that, but we'll talk about it later. Anyway, let's listen to this.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year. We're doing very well with the vaccine. And I will tell you something. I just literally left a meeting. We're mobilizing our military and other forces, but we're mobilizing our military on the basis that we do have a vaccine. You know, it's a massive job to give this vaccine.
Now, see, it's a massive job to give this vaccine. So they're mobilizing our military and other forces. Now, other forces, of course, could be other government agencies, things of that nature. It could be United Nations forces. It could be Chinese forces, Russian forces. After all, the Russians were deployed to Italy, as we shared with you a little while back, to deal with issues there. Let's listen to this a little bit again. So instead of me bending my head around the camera here, let me back this up. Listen to that again.
On the basis that we do have a vaccine, our military early left a meeting. We're mobilizing our military and other forces, but we're mobilizing our military.
Again, mobilizing our military and other forces. So, let me fix this.
Many of you sent us claims about HR 6666 and pointed us to
I
some
can't get
viral
this guy to
videos. There are
ever stop
multiple out there, but they
talking.
all share a common.
Because he always keeps talking there. I am going to share this here. This is, let me just go into that. Well, no, we won't, I don't want to get into that yet. So anyway, Trump is talking about, is talking about on here, mobilizing military and other forces. Again, though, the word is forces, and that's what's really concerning me, that he's talking about mobilizing forces. Any kind of forces is not good. And again, we have, just turn the thing around for you. Reuters was also reporting that as well. Trump mobilizing U.S. military to deliver coronavirus vaccine. You know, listen, I got to tell you guys something. We've got a neighbor. She's been, her mother is already caught on what's going on. Her eyes are wide open. She realizes the danger of what's going on, the dangers of this vaccine, etc. The DARPA, and of course the hydrogel that will actually infuse into your DNA. Very, very nasty stuff. And I got to kind of hold my tongue on this because on Israeli News Live, we shouldn't be going into all these details here. Have to save that for Patreon. But let me just tell you this. The neighbor shared with us, she took her son in to the doctor just recently. He has asthma, so he's always having trouble with his asthmatic related issues there. And her doctor today warned her to be very cautious when it comes to the vaccine and don't take it. By the way, whoever put up their chip, yes, you got that right, but it's not just any kind of chip. When you're dealing with hydrogel, you're talking about infusing it into your DNA. So I'm going to try to cover that over on other things. Also, I want to share this video here sent to me by Renze, my good friend in the Netherlands there. And many of you are aware of this already. This guy here, CBS caught broadcasting fake news on the coronavirus. I think this is important because after all, when we're looking at all this, you know, let's face it, I'm just blown away by it. Let me just play the clip for you here. This again, CBS caught having to add people, and this was Veritas News. Sky News was covering it in Australia, but CBS was caught having to put in a bunch of fake actors to be able to film it to make it look good for COVID-19 because they didn't have enough people there that were really sick. Listen to this.
They got hospital workers to pose as patients to make coronavirus testing lines look longer. Roll the tape.
Sky News is on there, right?
You're 100% certain that CBS News Corporation, National, staged a fake event. They faked the news. They faked the reality and broadcasted that to all of their audience last Friday on CBS This Morning.
100%, absolutely.
And apparently, the news crew wanted more people in the line because they knew it was scheduled.
Well, we knew they were coming. We had no clue that we were going to have to, do face patients.
Did she tell you guys, hey, you're not actually getting tested?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she did. Well, just to make it look easy for the news because they're right there.
That's crazy. Well, I didn't see you guys do the swab at all. I just saw you.
I mean, this is just hysterical, isn't it? You know, and a good friend of mine who's a coroner has been telling me about cases that are totally not COVID related, but are passed off as COVID. I mean, even in one case, a suicide. But the doctors listed him as COVID-related death. Wow. It's amazing what they'll do for the money, right? Really amazing. I'm sorry I keep looking around the phone here because I'm trying to get to each different thing there. Another one that just popped up today, this was on Twitter. Let me share this one here with you. This is disturbing. And you begin to see here, this is a lady's child is being, 2 children are being taken from her in Australia. And the people are freaking out as well. But I have a feeling it's not going to be long before people are going to do more than just freak out. The police are taking back the mother. They're taking the child. The mother's fighting for her children. I mean, the children are panicked that their mother has just been forcibly taken away. And for what? I mean, the people around, if you watch the whole video, which I'll put this, let me just keep playing it. You'll see the people are even freaking out over why they're doing it. Watch.
Look at these kids. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at that.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
That was actually the man on the camera there saying that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. He's right. It's ridiculous. And my question is when are the people are going to really start standing up? I can see it coming. People are going to stand up and begin to defend these people, especially when the children are being taken away. All right. Now that's going to be the next issue we're going to get into. All right. Also, there's another interesting one as well. This was on Humans Are Free. Let me share with you guys this right here. Humans Are Free. Armed militia successfully blocked cops from arresting barber for defying the lockdown. Now, this is the barber here. He's like a 77-year-old guy who he couldn't survive any longer. The man's got to eat, and so he opened up his barber shop for people that are willing to get haircuts. To do it, and a Michigan militia came, and the police didn't try to go past the militia. Luckily, nobody got hurt over this, and if I'm not mistaken, according to the article, it's like 6 or 9 different state troopers were sent in to try to stop him from being able to carry out his business, but he managed to keep it open thus far. They've sent him a cease desist order. I hate this channel here. It keeps wanting to show this guy here. They're determined to get you to believe everything they got to say. But anyway, so the cease and desist bill just did not work, and he's going to fight it. And I'm so glad to see he's going to fight it because, listen, they don't want America working. They want to bring about a fake. Everything's fake. The pandemic's fake. Right down to, oh gosh, let me tell you something, friends. I gotta look at you guys straight in the face and say this to you. Listen to me. I know all the way from the top, everything is staged. All right? This whole thing is staged. It's not to say there's not a coronavirus. Sure, there's a coronavirus. Do you know there's 36 different strains of coronavirus? Do you know it's been around for more than 50 years? Do you realize that if you've had any kind of flu, or anything like that in the last 50 years, do you realize that you would probably test positive because the tests do not single out what virus it is? Okay? It's all fake. And I know this right out of the Pentagon that this was set up. It's a total setup. All right. Now let me share something else with you as well. You guys have got to know this. And I'm saying this because we have a lot of new people here on Israeli News Live. More than 30,000 people have subscribed since we got into this whole issue of coronavirus. And I thank you for joining up with us here. We deal with both news, deal with teachings and things like that, which you've already seen that as you go along here. And there's been a lot of people that have recently joined that are also trying to help us financially as well. And we really thank you for that. I'm on the move constantly. I'm in hiding constantly because of the threats that we face. But remember one thing. We heard that they're going to start, anybody that's coming against the virus narrative of mainstream media, they're going to start shutting down YouTube channels. I also have word directly from the White House that Christian channels, period, are going to be shut down on YouTube. All of them are going to be shut down. This is something that's been in the making. I was told that under Obama, and when Hillary was working with Obama, that they were going to do it. By the way, I've also been told recently too that Trump is taking advice from Obama and Hillary both. It was a confirmation that I'd gotten from the sister, and oh gosh, there's an interview that I did with, I'm sorry, I'm blank on names right now, but the precious sister that we had here just recently, that Yana actually did the interview with. Oh gosh, she's the White House correspondent, and I am blank on names right now for some reason. I'm just a lot of things on my mind right now. But at any rate, she had shared with me that Obama had met secretly in the White House with Trump, and of course we did an interview together. And because of my issues with internet things, and we did a very long interview, I still have not uploaded that interview. I've got to get that interview up so you guys can see that. But at any rate, I got it confirmed from the source that I have there in the White House that yes, indeed, Trump has been meeting, taking advice from Obama as well as Hillary. It also brings to my attention as well, and I can't say this for sure because normally you can vote all you want. What you vote for is not who's going to be president. I'll tell you that straight up as well. But it looks like that Biden is going to be the next president, and it looks like Hillary may be his running mate. I may be wrong on that, but I also know that Obama, as I said to you just recently, Obama is going to be part of that. All right. And as far as QAnon is nothing more than he's an insider in the White House there. You need to be careful when you listen to that guy. I'm telling you, that's all set up, all psyop. At any rate, all right, let's get into this other issue I've been wanting to talk to you about, the 6666 bill, as I mentioned to you. This is the bill that, if I'm not mistaken, Congress has passed that, all right? But I know it's going to want to play again, so let me go to this to you right here. This particular WUSA 9, CBS fakes everything, right? We just saw how CBS was faking their coronavirus. But anyway, they did a thing called Verify. House bill doesn't enforce mandatory at-home testing or forcibly remove people from quarantine. So let me just play you their little clip there, because they're saying that this is all fake, that this bill is meant to remove people and to bring out this huge team to be able to go into your homes to test you and to separate families. So let me just play this clip for you guys, because you need to hear this as well.
Many of you sent us claims about HR 6666 and pointed us to some viral videos. There are multiple out there, but they all share a common claim.
Basically, this act is to allow individuals to come into your house.
By the way, Dr. Bitar is a good man.
They're going to use that to pull you or your loved ones, especially your children, away under pretense of public safety.
This claim is also repeated in a Change.org petition calling for the bill to be removed. So we're verifying. Does HR 6666 require at-home testing and authorize forced quarantines? That claim is false, and we're going straight to the source. The bill's creator, Representative Bobby Rush of Illinois, said the bill does not authorize anyone to enter your home or remove anyone because of the coronavirus.
All right, now, so they say that, and he's actually correct in what he's saying. But let's look at the verbiage of the bill itself, because I think that you deserve to know what the bill actually says in the very beginning, at the very beginning of the bill. Now, it's a 5-page document, and I can only show you part of it here. It's to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities. All right, this is where we're reading at. Let's kind of highlight this for you. All right, eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and as necessary at individuals' residences and for other purposes. All right, so even though it is for awarding grants, it is still the fact that they will be funding these different entities, individuals, to be able to do contact tracing with mobile health units and as necessary at individuals' residences and for other purposes. So regardless, I don't care if it's authorizing grant money or not, it's still for the purpose of coming into your home. And yes, if you are positive and you have to quarantine, if there is not adequate bathrooms inside of your home, well then guess what? They're going to take and forcibly remove you, or if your child is tested positive and you don't have adequate ability to be able to have the bathrooms where you can section these things off, guess what? They're taking your child as well. We just saw right here this very strange video in Australia where the child is being taken, or two children were being taken from this this mother here. So you don't think that's not coming here? Sure it is. Sure it is. It is coming here. All right. So this is the guy, Representative Bobby Rush of COVID-19 bill HR 6666 sparks a backlash. And there are people that are fighting against it. And not only that, though, we got another bill that's come out now as well. And let's hope that people will fight this as well. They're talking about taking and taxing those that have firearms. If you have firearms, you will have to get a special permit, a special license. You will have to pay a 50% tax on every firearm that you have. That's not even counting the fact that you've already paid your taxes on it, if I understand this correctly. And you'll be paying 30% all the ammunition that you might have. Wow. That's why Walmart now requires you to have ID to buy ammunition. I thought that was rather interesting, especially birdshot of all things. I mean, I was blown away by that the other day. So anyway, I'm Steve Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Thank you for watching. Oh, I meant to tell you, and I don't know if I did, for all the people that are new that have been watching the channel here, I want to make sure you're aware. We have all kinds of channels. All right, we have Fact News Network. I don't do very many videos there right now, but I'll share these things with you because you guys need to know where you can find us at in the event that they shut down Israeli News Live. All right, so please find these channels, Fact News Network. Here we go. Right? That's us right there. Fact News Network. We got 6.2 thousand subscribers. We've only done 18 videos thus far. I am going to start republishing videos there, here and there. Try to keep videos going there. But if they take down Israeli News Live, we have for no reason they would take down this one that I could see. We don't do anything provocative on there. We only report news, things like that. I don't know what all we'll get into if they take Israeli News Live down, but that is one very important channel. All right, another channel, and this is our teaching channel, and again, it's also a channel that is, how would I say that? It is it's not a very provocative channel. It's where we do our biblical teaching. My last name is Benoon, not Denoon, but I used Denoon as a pen name. It's actually the French version of my real name, Stephen Benoon. And so Denoon Institute, we have 35,000 subscribers there. I do biblical teachings on this channel. A lot of them appear on Israeli News Live as well, but there are some that don't. I do some teachings there that just never come here whatsoever. And the channel's in very good standing. We also have as well, and this is, and I have not done this in a while or anything over there, but we have Israeli News Live. And that is over, oh gosh, what is that? Israeli News Live. That's on, oh goodness, trying to think of, not Patreon. We're on Patreon as well, Israeli News Live on Patreon. Vimeo, under my name, Stephen Benoon, is on Vimeo, but Israeli News Live, there's another thing that we do as well, and I can't think of what that's called. Maybe somebody that listens in knows. You guys know what that is, right? That's, goodness. Maybe if I just do Israeli News Live, maybe it'll pull up where we're at there. I haven't posted there in a while. That's one of the reasons why I can't remember. And our website, Israeli News Live too. That's another one just to keep in mind as well. But we have, let's see, maybe I can find it. YouTube. Let's see here. Well, I can't seem to find it anywhere. And it's another source. Let me see if anybody's speaking about that in the comments here. Why am I blank on this? It's just another platform. I know this is one of the same ones that Adam Green is on No More News, but I can't remember the name of it. Maybe one of our moderators might, because most moderators know where we're at anyway, but I just don't recall. I'm just blank on it, guys. Totally blank on what platform we're on that. Oh well, doesn't matter. If I remember it, I'll put it in the comment section below, or the description. Once we get a chance, I'll put it on there, and that way you'll be able to see it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this evening. It's been a blessing to get to share some things with you, and hopefully we'll talk again very soon. Hopefully I get my wife in with me as well. She's always got a tremendous amount of information, and then things just get all bottled up. Anyway, there goes that guy again. Let's get rid of Mr. Verify. That's how you shut him up. Anyway, blessings to you all. Good night.